Hello and welcome to InfoHub. Here is what you need to know for Wednesday, June 13, 2018. Cuba's Vice Foreign Minister begins two-day state visit. Countdown to first oil underway. First Lady encourages students to embrace STEM and the opportunities available. More critical care nurses graduate, and the first set of elevators being installed at the Providence overpass. Stay tuned for these and much more. Thanks for joining us. We begin with the Minister of State, Joseph Harmon, and Cuba's Vice Foreign Minister, Rogelio Sierra Diaz, during a cocktail reception, reaffirmed that the relationship between Guyana and Cuba has strengthened beyond the political arena over the 45 years since formal ties were established. Stacey Carmichael was there last evening and filed that report.
Minister of State Joseph Harmon, who's performing the functions of Foreign Affairs Minister, hosted a cocktail reception for Cuba's Vice Foreign Minister Rogelio Sierra Diaz at the Hermanston Lodge. Minister Harmon said since formal ties were established between Guyana and Cuba, the relationship has strengthened beyond the political.
We believe that it is the people of our two countries that really make this relationship a great one. And in this regard, I believe we are extremely happy to provide on a daily basis the kind of assistance to our Cuban brothers and sisters who come to Guyana in the same way that you have actually extended that hand or that arm of friendship.
The Cuban Foreign Minister thanked Minister Harmon for the warm welcome and praised the country for its continued support. The minister added that the Caribbean community will continue to have priority as Cuba develops.
Y nuestra visita a Guyana se inscribe en el propósito de ratificar a sus autoridades la invariable voluntad de Cuba de seguir trabajando por el reforzamiento y la ampliación de nuestros vínculos.
And so one of the goals of our visit is to ratify Cuba's unwavering will to continue working on strengthening relations between our two countries.
Minister of Citizenship Winston Felix, Director General, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Audrey Waddell, and other local and Cuban officials were in attendance. Reporting from the Hermanston Lodge, Stacey Carmichael with videographer Kareem Peters.
March 2020. That is the date when Guyana will see the first barrel of oil. Tiffany Rodias tells us more.
Guyana celebrated an indelible step towards its future as ExxonMobil and ministers of government toasted to the commencement of Liza Phase 1 development drilling.
Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman said the reception marked the official start of the countdown towards first oil.
Guyana has waited 50+ years to remove the negative labels such as third world, backward, underdeveloped, and developing. With the blessings that have been revealed and are now within our grasp, we purpose to develop a modern, peaceful, and cohesive state, one in which every man, every woman, and every child, without exception, without reservation, and/or without any form of discrimination, is able to enjoy the full and equal benefits of the bounty we are about to be bestowed.
Vice President of ExxonMobil Development Company, Lisa Waters, noted that the rapid progression to first oil has been extremely successful.
We're on track for first oil in March of 2020. You know, we're committed to working together for the long term, and we continue to look forward to working together with the people and government of Guyana.
Exxon and its partners have begun drilling the 17 wells that will produce Guyana's oil. The floating production, storage and offloading FPSO vessel, Liza Destiny, is currently being retrofitted in Singapore, and contracts for the subsea equipment have been given out, Waters noted. Minister of Business Dominic Gaskin noted Guyanese remain hopeful about Guyana's oil future and commended the valuable partnership between the government and Exxon.
So far, I believe it has been working well. I think 3 years from discovery to development is very short by industry standards. And 5 years from discovery to production is also extremely short by industry standards.
The Liza Destiny FPSO will have a production capacity of 120,000 barrels of oil per day when production begins.
With videographer Leon Leung, I'm Tiffany Rojas for InfoHub.
Bedford-Wacting secondary students were encouraged by First Lady Sandra Granger to embrace the opportunities STEM programs present. Isaiah Braffett brings us that report.
The First Lady told the students that they are living in the fourth industrial revolution. Therefore, relevant knowledge in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, will be a vital tool in the future.
Robots are going to be doing 60% of the jobs in the near future, and 70% of our jobs will require knowledge of computer science. I read, I think it was a UNIFEM report the other day, that said women's jobs, 90% of the jobs done by women will become obsolete. So particularly for the young ladies in this group, I would like to encourage you to start looking at STEM.
The students were reminded by the First Lady that their future lies in their hands and they must be prepared to face challenges head-on.
You also have to know when something is not in your favor, to sense it and be brave enough to swim against the tide. Because ultimately, you are your future. You make your future. And the bonds that you form in school and in your work environment are the ones that would help you, but at the same time, you have to keep learning and learning all the time.
The use of STEM programs and initiatives is rapidly increasing, led by First Lady Sandra Granger through a number of robotics workshops countrywide for students. Isaiah Braffett, InfoHub.
The first set of elevators is being installed at the Providence Overpass. Here is InfoHub's infrastructure specialist, Renetta LaFleur.
The elevators will make access for senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and pregnant women much easier. Project Manager acting for Donor Program at the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Mark Green.
So the elevators, they're a screw drive system, so they don't have those cables of normal elevators, which is a simplified system that's more robust. They're also built for the outdoor environment, so they're waterproof. They have a canopy to shade them. They're open in that they have glazed glass so that persons can feel comfortable. You can comfortably enter it and exit. If something happens, someone can see you from outside. They also have LED lighting within the elevators.
Trinidad company RBP Lifts Limited is installing the elevators with RM Engineering overseeing the process. RM Engineering Director Rashid Mohammed said the project is on schedule.
Scope of work involves pile foundations, structural steel superstructures, and signage together with elevators. All structural steel aspects, foundations, etc. are completed. The remainder of the works now is basically the installation of the elevators.
The cost for supply and installation of each elevator is US $61,000. All installations are expected to be completed by August. From the pedestrian overpass at Providence, with videographer Kareem Peters, Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
Thanks for staying with us. Upgrade and reform of school curricula was the focus of a Ministry of Education workshop under the Guyana Education Sector Improvement Project. Stefan Gabriel was present and filed this report.
Minister of Education Nicolette Henry highlighted the importance of curriculum reform.
We are present here today as part of a process to develop a well-thought-out, modern school curriculum which is central to the running of any school. And this is the type of activity that ensure our citizens receive a sound education that is fundamental to the good life we so often speak about.
The minister also said that the curriculum should cater to local needs and appeal to youths.
A Guyanese curriculum should reflect the unique confluence of experiences that promotes our culture and identity. Today, we have to teach our children differently because things have changed and we have evolved. And for 21st century existence, young people need more than traditional skills.
Echoing the minister's views was Chief Education Officer Marcel Hudson, who cited the need for change.
If we're going to be in line with what the international standards are, it is necessary that we have our curriculum reviewed.
The workshop ends on June 15th and is facilitated by representatives of St. Francis Xavier and Acadia University and retirees of Mount St. Vincent University and the Caribbean Examinations Council. The forum will address a number of topics, with the overall expected outcome being the development of recommendations for curriculum revision framework and a preliminary curricular. Stefan Gabriel for InfoHub.
In solidarity with students, members of the police force and employees of the Ministry of Social Protection today led a march and rally against child labor. Here's more.
Minister within the Ministry of Social Protection, Keith Scott, urged the participants to become their brothers and sisters' keepers and help eradicate child labor.
You, therefore, must see yourselves not only as the future leaders, but as the persons who are now today and as of today onwards are tasked with the responsibility to help in the fight to eradicate child labor. You are also tasked with the responsibility of being your brothers and your sisters' keeper.
Assistant Chief Labor Officer of the Ministry of Social Protection, Karen Van Slightman Corbin, shared the objective of the march.
The objective of the walk is to highlight the plight of children engaged in child labor and to show that the Ministry of Social Protection, by extension the government of Guyana, says no to child labor. We are committed to stamping it out from our landscape, from our country.
St. Winifred Secondary School pupil Liana Peters shared her views.
I decided to join this walk because I think that child labor is wrong, and letting a child work instead of going to school is just not the ideal thing.
The government remains committed to its promise of eradicating child labor by 2025. World Day Against Child Labor was observed under the theme, Generation Safe and Healthy, End Child Labor. Alexis Rodney for InfoHub.
13 critical care nurses have been added to boost the public health sector as the ministry seeks to develop the capacity of human resources in the medical field. Delicia Haynes has the details.
Critical care or intensive care unit nurses are tasked with treating patients who are gravely ill or unstable and in need of special attention. 13 have since graduated from an 8-month training program. Permanent Secretary Colette Adams.
We would have expected that nursing is taking a different dimension. And so for me, specialist training is of paramount importance to any care because technology has taken away what the old time thing doing.
The nurses are attached to the Study Regional Hospital, the Bartica Regional Hospital, the Linden Hospital Complex, the New Amsterdam Regional Hospital, the Georgetown Public Hospital, and the St. Joseph Mercy Hospital. The training program was made possible through collaborators such as PAHO WHO and the St. Joseph University of Connecticut, USA. This is the third batch of nurses trained under this program. However, they are the first batch to have aspects of the training done with preceptors who have been trained previously.
During the past, Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation would have facilitated the education aspect of the critical care program. This particular batch is special, since it's the first to be conducted and monitored directly under the divisions of health sciences, using the trainer of trainers model of approach.
PAHO WHO Health Systems and Services Advisor Dr. Paul Edwards charged the graduates to do their best.
We are all cognizant that clinical care is the multidisciplinary approach to the management of seriously ill medical, surgical, and obstetric patients. Critical care is an area that presents many learning opportunities for nursing students. as you all have found out during this course. As critical care nurses, you care for patients who are acutely or critically ill and ensure that they receive the best possible care.
For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Here now are your bridge schedules. And now for your weather report. And here's a quick look at how Guyanese companies are benefiting from ExxonMobil and its contractors. Goodbye.